Warning. This is an adult-oriented podcast about really perverse things like communication and consent. If you're under 18 and looking for answers to questions about sex or kink, please visit scarleteen.com. For the dude bro listeners out there, this is nerdy shit. Fuck off.
Somebody help that poor submissive!
Look, up there in the sky!
It's a bird!
It's a plane?
Is that a flogger? Someone's gotta be having a good time.
As the kink signal shines brightly in the night sky, we know that there is fuckery afoot.
What kind of fucking town is this?
No worries, as they've listened to the Gotham Press beforehand, so all will be safe, sane, and consensual.
Well, that's reassuring.
Right?
Yeah, but what's the Gotham Press?
What is the Gotham Press, you ask?
It's about time you tell us, don't you think?
Well, I'll let the Cape Crusaders themselves educate you on that.
Ooh, they sound hot.
Well, the podcast removes 10 pounds.
You are now listening to the world-famous Gotham Press Podcast.
Greedy, what is it with you and trying to score with everybody?
Did I score? Did I score?
You are not Beavis.
No, and I do a horrible impression of him.
You do a horrible impression of many things.
I don't do impressions of anybody except myself.
And
I do a damn good one of that.
I'd say that's the worst impression of them all.
Your opinion is like your asshole.
I've got one.
Dude, I smell it from here.
Oh, that's so mean.
Your opinion, that is.
Listeners, hi.
Hi, listeners.
That was Greedy being greedy.
Oh, I love being me.
Well, somebody has to.
Gotham Press, this time with more... What do we have more of?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something more chutzpah, more oomph, but just with more.
With new radiant action.
Kung Fu action? Kung Fu grip action?
Kung Fu grip action. Now with more Kung Fu grip action.
All right.
Listener land, that was a double entendre.
Greedy, they do not want to hear that sound effect that you make. Or that one. Hi, listeners. Awesome and Greedy here.
Hi, listeners. How are you
I
doing?
apologize profusely for my co-host.
I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old today, so...
Man, you think it's that old?
The tit jokes are coming.
Like winter? Wait, no, that's later in the show.
That moment when winter came, but you didn't.
Oh.
We have a listener in the audience.
We have a single audience member who was going to be on the show, but decided that survival was more important.
Lies.
Not lies.
Lies.
Survival is important.
She's making chicken rolls.
That's for survival.
Yeah.
Hey, Greedy, where are we?
Well, we're on pretty much every major social media. If you're on a social media and you think, hey, I want to find the Gotham Press, check out the show notes, okay? Search Gotham Press Podcast. You should be able to find us in just about all of them.
That's correct. Hey, Greedy, what's our phone number?
Let's see, 805. I don't remember. 7073.
8675309. I got you.
8675309.
No, that is not our number.
No, that is not our number. Hang on. I'm pulling it up.
It would have been great if you could have gotten that to be our number.
8675309.
Yeah.
It was taken.
Oh, sure it was. It's just that still would have been great had you been able to make that our number. You know?
That I agree. 805-303-1173 is our phone number.
1173?
1173.
Okay.
303-1173. 805 area code. That's over at the beach.
Which beach?
It's Pismo area.
Hey, listeners, the beating you hear going on in the background is not kink related.
Damn it.
It is survival related. Though it is being done by a kinky person. No need to apologize, kinky disembodied voice in the background.
She She's beating her meat.
What we'll do is we'll make sure that your master hears this particular episode, so it knows what it sounds like for you to beat some meat.
Oh, wow.
Greedy, that sounded very ominous.
Yeah. So,
O,
yeah.
are you okay, Greedy?
I'm sort of okay. I think we need to plug our sponsors.
We have sponsors?
Yeah, we do.
Who are our sponsors?
Well, we have two of them. First, the sponsor that is so generously supplying a beautiful piece of woodwork for our giveaway for the quarter, J&W Paddles.
Greedy, you missed the joke that you had just laying in front of you there.
Okay, spit it out.
They're providing the nice piece of hard wood that we're going to give to a listener.
Wow, my 12-year-old brain did not go there. Yes, the piece of hard wood that
anyway, continue.
J&W took the time to stroke and polish, and they moistened it to perfection. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, and it looks like something just happened.
Something.
I'm going to leave that to the immature minds listening to us right now.
We have immature minds.
Oh, I'm sure
to
we've
us?
got a few of them. One springs to mind, anemic princess. I don't know why.
Are you saying Princess is immature?
Oh, yeah. Littles, I'm just saying.
You're just saying.
Not judging, just saying.
Uh-huh.
Our second sponsor is Piercings by B. If you're in the Bakersfield area and you need something pierced,
Go to B.
Talk to B. You can actually look her up in our show notes too, as well as J&W Paddles. They'll both be there.
She will be there for you.
B. Buzzy B.
Buzzy B.
What have you been doing, Buzzy B?
And amazingly, both of our sponsors, well, technically all three of our sponsors, because J&W is two people.
Mm-hmm.
But all of our sponsors are all actually former guests of the podcast.
Technically, J&W Paddles also incorporates their testing department, which is another two people.
True, but
sometimes
it's still the
three.
same thing. They're all former guests of the podcast.
This is true. This is very true.
Quit fighting me on this, Greedy.
I'm going to fight you.
No. You're bigger than me. You'll win.
Just occurred to me. It's not just any meat she's beating.
It's her meat?
It's boob.
Boob?
Chicken boob.
Oh, God.
I'm enjoying this.
You are far too much. Hey, Greedy, you want something that you won't enjoy? Well, there are a couple of deaths in Hollywood.
Oh, man.
One, at least to me, seems far too young.
Okay.
Did you watch? Well, no, you didn't because you weren't allowed to.
No, I did not. I know who you're talking about already.
Ren and Stimpy, artist, and
Chris Riccardi.
Riccardi, yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Riccardi.
The funny thing is, he did both Ren and Stimpy and Powerpuff Girls. Two vastly different sorts of cartoons.
Yeah, but I did get to watch a couple of episodes of Powerpuff Girls when I was a kid, and that was kind of fun.
Wait. Your parents?
I went over to my friend's house.
I would say your parents allowed you to watch not only, can I say genetically engineered girls? Because basically that's what they were. Chemically created girls.
Test tube babies?
Yes, exactly. And him.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Him was the creepiest villain on that show, and it was great.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, that was more than kind of weird. In that show that already had a lot of weird, him was just like, ugh, kind of skin crawly weird.
So Chris Riccardi was 54 years old.
Yeah, that's far too young for that.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, oh man, that brought laughter to so many.
So many.
Who else? You said there was a second one that...
Alvin Sargent. Now, you may not know the name, but did you see the first Spider-Man movie back in the early 2000s?
The Tobey Maguire ones?
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
He was the screenwriter.
Okay.
He was the person that did... he did two of them. I want to say he did 2 and 3, or 1 and 2. I'm sorry, 1 and 2.
Okay.
So he was the one that actually put Spider-Man back out there for us in the cinematic world.
Well, that's an accomplishment considering where the world was at that time.
Very much an accomplishment. He, arguably, of that first trilogy of Spider-Man movies, he did the best one, which was...
The first one.
No, the second one was the better one.
I'm going to have to rewatch those now.
The first one was good because it reintroduced people to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The second one was good because it wasn't, hey, I'm learning about these powers and all this. It's, hey, I have these powers. This is who I am now.
Yeah.
And so he's going out and getting into his own kind of groove with that.
Becoming the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes.
That he needed to be.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Far From Home.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
I even though I've seen the line in the trailers, I just want to see the line in the theater. Friendly neighbor, you've been to space.
Friendly intergalactic. Well,
He's intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
planetary intergalactic.
Yes.
Well, to our friendly neighborhood screenwriter, we wish you a speedy, prosperous journey.
Indeed. And see, he died at a reasonable age of 92.
Yeah, that's like up there.
Yeah, he was up there. Obviously, he was up there when he wrote Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So he had the experience, at least.
I'll give him that. He was probably, what, 75 at that time?
Let's see.
70 to 75, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So that was like 17 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that make you feel old, Captain? Makes me feel old. And I'm younger than you.
Yeah. Well,
that should make you feel old.
You make me feel old every time I wake up and look at you.
I know.
No, we do not sleep in the same bed.
No. Wow.
No, we do not want any fan art of that.
Innuendo.
No, who? You're not even in the podcast this episode.
The audience will refrain from speaking, or we will kindly direct the audience to
come in and join.
Chicken. Oh yeah. Come in and join.
Yeah. Anyway, Greedy, you put this one on here.
Tell me that didn't sound like another entendre. Come in and join.
Hey,
yes, I did put the next one on here. So, I don't recall who it was. I put this on here like a week ago, and I don't remember who created it, but somebody went back and altered Star Wars Episode 4. A lot of the clips from Episode 4.
Yeah, they put in most of the original stuff.
Yeah. But what we're talking about, you'll also see this in our show notes, the link to it. The fight scene between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. It has been updated to take it from frail old Sir Alec Guinness that really wasn't very athletic to actually having a fight.
An actual lightsaber duel.
Yeah, a battle worthy of a Star Wars movie. And they added some special effects. They added a few lines that I'm pretty sure a couple of them were actually cut from the original.
Yes.
So
they added in their own lines. They cut lines from the original, and they did kind of a voiceover thing from the fight scene from
episode
3.
2. Was it 3?
Episode 3 when they were fighting in the lava.
It was episode 3.
Episode?
Yeah. Episode. It was episode 3. Yes, you are correct. So when Anakin is fighting Obi-Wan in the lava pit.
Yes.
And yeah, basically.
I didn't hear the line I was waiting for, though.
What, did it cost him an arm and a leg?
No. I have the high ground.
Well, we all knew he had the high ground.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So check out that video. Again, check our show notes. You'll be able to find the link to it. I found it on popularmechanics.com, and we will have that link in there.
We will. Pretty sure Hidden John has probably seen this who knows how many times.
Oh, yeah. He's probably, oh yes, fight scene.
No. He's got Princess do that for him now.
Yeah, okay, so she was, oh yes, fight scene.
No, she was ignoring the TV, trying to get him to ignore it. Hi, Princess.
Oh, wow. Hidden Jan, we love you, dude.
Greedy. California.
California. I've long seen California as backward. I think this may be a move in the right direction.
Okay. Why do you feel this move in the right direction? Actually, before we start, hey, California is close to revising their sex guidance for teachers.
Sex ed guidance.
All right. So why do you see that as a move in the right direction?
Hopefully we'll be taking a step out of the Stone Age where, sex ed is primarily abstinence and remainder sex is a beautiful thing where it just makes kids feel nervous. And, I'm not saying teach third graders about put your penis in there.
More importantly, what third grader is having a sex education class?
Actually, in Sweden, they start out sex ed in kindergarten, but it's not about
What?
Wait,
Hold on.
okay. Let me finish. Again, they're not teaching put this in there. Okay, they're teaching things like consent. They're teaching things like this is why we
Okay.
honor consent. Okay, so
Okay.
they're making it age appropriate.
That makes it so much. I was just like, what?
My reason for saying that California may be taking a step out of the dark ages is because we've been battered by so much social dogma of it needs to be abstinence. It needs to be no. They don't need to know about.
Greedy, did you have a purity ring?
I did. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I did.
Did you believe in this purity ring?
For a very long time. Yeah.
Wow.
I was a virgin until I got married.
I remember you telling me that, but the purity ring thing has just always been kind of laughable to me.
Yeah. Looking back on it, it was definitely laughable. But I was one of those kids that bought into Dare, Hook, Line, and Sinker 2.
Hey, I've never done drugs. I'm okay with Dare.
Yeah. We still worry about you. Nothing but love for you, brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the story at hand. Sex ed should not be something that people are embarrassed about. Sex is a natural thing. It's a perfectly normal thing. Hell, masturbation is a perfectly normal thing. And if you grow up with people telling you, this is fucking dirty, you don't need to do that, go wash your hands and think about what you did. We're going to result in a couple of things that are going to be either way detrimental to society. One, you're going to have kids that think that sex is a shameful, awful thing, and that's going to warp their perspective later on in life. Or two, you're going to have people that start doing other devious acts behind closed doors, and it's going to progress in a very, very unnatural way that will wind up causing somebody harm.
Like people do devious acts?
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about us.
Oh.
No, I'm talking like Dexter shit.
Oh. Well, Dexter wasn't a virgin.
No, Dexter was not a virgin. But that's completely beside the point.
Continue. I apologize.
My point is, if we stop cowering in fear about our children learning that sex happens and start heading off the fundamental issue of this is why you should wait. If you do decide not to wait, use these precautions, then you're going to let them feel empowered. You're going to give them the opportunity to make the choice, knowing full well the consequences of that choice, rather than, ooh, I have a penis. I heard that this is a very naughty thing. Let's go do it. And wind up with a pregnant 12-year-old. That's no bueno.
So I'm reading some of the things that happened at the meeting, because this story is back from the 8th of May.
Okay.
One of the people that went to the meeting about this brought her 6 children. 6 children.
How old are said children?
It doesn't have the ages of all the children.
Okay.
She drove 400 miles with her 6 children. I just want you to understand that 6 children don't come by abstinence.
No, they don't.
Unless they were adopted. I will give them that. But still, guess what? Children don't come from fucking abstinence. Wait, let me... there's a joke in there. Damn it. There's a joke in there about fucking abstinence.
Yeah, abstinence is a joke. If that's your only method of preventing pregnancy, of preventing sex, then it's definitely a joke.
Anyway, the way I was going with that was this person,
400 miles with 6 kids.
Their 4-year-old daughter was given a sign to carry. Protect my innocence and childhood. 4-year-old child that probably has no clue why all these adults are yelling about things.
Fuck that woman with a sandpaper dildo.
She may enjoy it. She probably never had. Well, she may have had it with 6 children.
High-speed sandpaper dildo.
Oh.
60 grit.
From a 45-year-old mother. Said that it's scary what they're going to be teaching. It's pornography.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
If this continues, I'm not sending them to school.
Cool.
No, not cool. Because that's how you get stupid kids. And you know what happens to stupid kids? They become stupid adults.
Hopefully they will break the chain.
Now that
I did it.
But were you a stupid kid?
Yes.
No, you were a what's the word I'm looking for here? You were a sheltered child.
Well, that's true too.
Sheltered does not necessarily mean stupid. Sheltered means that you weren't introduced to these ideals.
Exactly. And if I had been introduced to them way before that, I probably would have saved myself a lot of problems later on in life.
Yeah.
So that's my point here. You know, if we're going to hide the facts from kids, I'm not saying show a bunch of 6th graders German dungeon porn.
So no Debbie Does Dallas for the 6-year-olds?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Show them things that are age appropriate. You know, get them started out with things like physical contact. Get them started out with things like consent, understanding the concepts behind it all. Do things that are age appropriate so that later on in life, they'll make the connection. Oh, hey, this is where that consent thing comes in.
This is something that I don't want to happen to me. So why would I do it to somebody else?
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
we really need kids to... Sadly, I think the kids need to be the adults in this. Because the adults are fucking idiots.
Yeah, well, that's what religion gets you. I mean,
it's not even necessarily religion. Sometimes it's just stupidity. Sometimes it's, hey, I was raised this way, and this is what I know. And even if I never went to church a day in my life, this is all I know, and this is how I'm going to teach somebody else. I'm not going to learn anything new myself. I'm not going to believe anybody else's opinion because I know I'm right.
And that is sheltering them because of your fear.
Yeah.
Hopefully this actually happens, and our children and their children and their children after them actually benefit from it.
Sadly, these kids are, even if they benefit, it's going to be a long uphill battle.
Yeah, they'll wind up becoming lot lizards and.
No, Greedy. Also, shame on you.
Larry.
Hold on, shame on you, Greedy. Do not shame sex workers.
Well, I'm not trying to shame sex workers. There are a lot of sex workers out there that are just fucking top notch. I'm talking about the ones down in Oildale that are doing it just for, crack.
Okay. So you're shaming the druggies.
Yeah.
Okay. So shame the druggies. I'm okay with shaming druggies.
Good. Because
illegal druggies.
Yes, illegal druggies.
Yeah.
People that want to have pot. Okay, fine. I don't care.
Now, we all know that those guys are just fucking weird. No. I'm kidding. I kid.
Yeah. He's funny because he's through.
Let's move on from that.
Okay. What do you want to move on to?
So, a show that I got into a couple of years back on Netflix.
Yeah.
One of their originals called Easy. They just took a bit of a hiatus There are only 3 seasons. The third and final season just came out this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes of this season, but I'm enjoying them so far. I did have you watch a couple episodes at one point.
Yes. I remember the one about the lot lizard.
There was no lot lizard episode.
What show was that?
What?
No, that was on YouPorn. Never mind.
Why are you so obsessed with lot lizards?
I don't know. Wait.
I'm afraid. Listeners, save me.
If you were to do that profession, would that make you a lot Larry?
Moving on.
Captain Awesome, the lot Larry.
Okay, don't let that become a thing.
Anyway, listeners, don't make that a kink on FetLife.
No. Why would you do that, Greedy? Why? Now it's going to be out there in the world. Unless I cut that out.
You could. You have the power of edit.
I do. I do. Anyway.
Easy.
Easy, yes. The reason I bring it up is the first episode for the current season is actually about open relationships. This stems from the very first couple in the very first episode of the series. The wife wanted to open up their marriage.
Okay.
Because she felt that both she and her husband were kind of growing apart.
Okay.
But growing apart in the fact that they were the only two they had ever known. They were high school sweethearts. They got married shortly after. That was all they knew was each other. Oh. So she wanted to go out and explore what else is out there in the world. Okay. Not blow up her marriage. They have kids together and all that. They have a life they built together.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going to do this behind his back. She wanted to say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I want. And he was okay with it. Not gung-ho okay with it, but okay, we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
So now some time has passed and he's more into it. He's having dates. Yeah. So he's good.
I'm almost fearful that society is going to see this and think, oh, my marriage is in the shitter. Maybe we need to bring new partners in. They're going to miss the point. They
will, but there will be those couples that are like, hey, you know what? This can work. And this is going to have spoilers for that episode. I'm just going to put that out there now.
Little late.
Well, no. I haven't spoiled.
You explained the first season.
I explained one portion of one episode of the season, which is kind of the premise of the entire episode. So
I thought you said it was the premise of the entire season.
No. The first episode of the first season. No, this is what are the series like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits called? Anthology type series.
Yeah.
So each episode
standalone.
Is a standalone thing, but it's all based within the city of Chicago. So you will see other characters from other episodes appear in later episodes still. Okay. Just not being the main focus of.
Okay, so what is your general consensus on the TV show Easy?
I personally have been enjoying it. There were a couple of episodes I was kind of like about, but again, each episode is pretty much standalone, so you'll have a couple of stinkers in there. And some other people may have thought those episodes were amazing. They just weren't for me.
Okay.
The reason I want to bring it up is the second episode for this season, which follows a gentleman that kind of a private investigator, but kind of not. And he gets tapped to find a guy at a kink party.
Okay.
And he's hired to do this. Actually, I'm sorry. The company that he works for was hired to do this. And it was a femdom male sub party.
Okay.
Now you're interested.
Now I'm interested.
And it was hilarious because when they first get into the party, he's all gung-ho for it. Let's do this. I'm ready. He gets in there and sees just a little bit of the kink going on. Turns to the woman that's supposed to be his mistress. I gotta get out of here. I can't be here. I gotta go.
Okay.
But he then finds a woman, one of the female dominants, that he finds very attractive. So suddenly, he wants to stay. He wants to see what she's all about. But because he's working and he's supposed to be this other woman submissive, he can't do that at that point. He does his job. They end up in a room alone with the person that they're supposed to be investigating.
Uh-huh.
And he happens to have a discreet recording device, which at parties do not discreetly record.
No. That is the one of the biggest rules that you can break. Play parties, those are for the people there. It's basically Vegas. What happens here stays here.
Right. But apparently this guy's wife was not part of the community, and he was stepping out, which shame on him.
Yeah, shame on him.
That happens a lot in the community too. People just like, hey, I'm not getting what I want at home, so I'm going to go off and, hang out with these other people that will give me what I want. But I'm not going to tell my wife. She's not going to like that. That's a conversation, right, Greedy?
That's more than a conversation. That's something that should never have happened in the first place.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that should have been a conversation that he had with his wife before even trying to get into all that, into the community.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But they find Guy. Guy is being used by Mistress, basically having his mouth fucked by a dildo. They get the video footage. They don't show the aftermath of that. I'm wondering if it's going to show up in like a later episode this season.
Probably.
For the episode, everything goes off hunky-dory. They got what they needed, gave it to the wife, got paid, yada, yada, yada from there. And then the guy ends up going on a date with the mistress that he was so enamored with.
Fancy that.
Yes. And at the end of the day is kind of where that ended. Actually, I'm sorry, at the beginning of the day is kind of where that ended to show, hey, he had this date, they're talking, and, cuts credits.
Okay.
So I'm sure there's going to be something more for that. At least I hope.
Yeah.
Because this is the last season, so there's not another season that's going to give us more answers.
Yeah. Sex is a very powerful thing, and it's rather dangerous if you don't understand what you're doing with it.
I agree.
You think that's enough of a teaser for Easy?
I think so. I believe so, yes.
Okay, well, we've come to the part of the show where we're going to tell you the word of the day, and that word is rack. Not the one on a woman's chest. No, this is an acronym.
Greedy, are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Rack was last episode.
Son of a bitch. That's why it sounded so familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the word of the day?
Actually, the word is a phrase. Safe word.
Safe word.
Safe word.
That's a word.
It's just one word?
Yeah, it's one word.
Okay, safe word. All right. So, because they actually talked about that in the episode on Easy. Like, what is a safe word?
Oh.
Actually, no, I'm mixing things up. I think it was on the episode of Easy. Pretty sure it was on there. If it wasn't, it was on another podcast I was listening to.
If it wasn't, hit up Captain Awesome in his Discord room.
Yeah, hit me up on Discord. You can hit me up on the email, gothampresspodcast@gmail.com.
Dude. Plugging.
I'm not trying to be plugged.
Ah.
That's your bag.
Oh, I like my bag.
Sugar's Girl, were you laughing at us? She was. Anyway, yes, safe word. Also, for an extra entry on this.
Uh-oh.
Don't uh-oh. Be part of the team, Greedy. For an extra entry on this. The word, safe word, and if you have a safe word that is not the general red, yellow, green, send that along with it.
Purple is in that general as well.
Okay.
So if you're...
I've never heard anybody use purple.
You haven't been to Fresno enough.
Oh, I have not. I think I've only been up there twice for kink-related things.
At their dungeon, the ultimate safe word is purple.
Oh.
And that was actually started by, I believe, Mistress Tawny, a lady that I did not have the pleasure of meeting. but she was a founding member of the community up there. It was started right about the same time as Bakersfield was. So
Good to know.
purple was her color, and in homage to Mistress Tawny, the ultimate safe word up there is purple.
Okay. So, yes, safe word. And if your safe word is not a general color of purple, red, yellow, or green, send that along for an extra entry.
Yeah, and you don't get to use pineapple.
Why are you trying to kink shame?
Wow. How that could actually be interpreted as kink shaming.
It can.
Wow. So for an extra entry, tell me how you might use a pineapple.
How you might use a pineapple.
Uh-huh.
All right, so 2 ways to get an extra entry.
Just because.
So one from Greedy, one from Awesome, and all for you listeners, all for you.
So next topic is also going to be a spoiler topic.
Well, that was what I was saying about the spoiler topic before you butted in with the word of the day.
I'm sorry. I had to put it in the word of the day.
Okay, that's all right. Oh, how are they going to reach us?
Let's do email.
Email?
Yeah. No, let's do text.
Text?
Yeah.
Text to where?
805-303-1173.
What's that number one more time?
805-303-1173.
All right. You heard it here first. That number is...
Go ahead, Captain Awesome.
I don't remember.
Bastard. 805-303-1173.
There you go. Yes, I am.
That's the last time I'm going to say it tonight.
You say that now.
So for the next spoiler portion, Game of Thrones. If you have not watched the final episode of Game of Thrones, now is the time to turn the podcast off.
Because it's all about floppy wieners.
Wiener, floppy wiener. No.
Hey, Sugar Girl, do you want to come and yell your distaste for the episode real quick?
There was neither enough murder nor enough boobies.
Just note that I'm looking disappointed.
Sugar's Girl is looking disapprovingly because of the last episode of the series. Greedy, what was your stance on the final episode?
It was disappointing at the very least.
Why were you disappointed?
It was a bunch of cop-outs. I mean, they took the easy road on the majority of them. Sure, I didn't see Jon killing Daenerys in the end. I didn't see that coming. I thought for sure it was going to be Arya. Okay, because Daenerys had turned into a tyrant, and that's kind of Arya's thing, you know?
All right.
Killing the tyrants. She went to King's Landing to kill Cersei, but Cersei and her brother got stoned.
You're never going to get tired of that joke, are you?
I'm not. Anyway, no, as far as Daenerys, they could have gone so much better on her death.
How would you have liked her? Well, here's my thing. For the final episode, did you want them to have another hour-long fight scene?
Would have been okay.
And then do maybe 10 minutes of, hey, this is what happened to
Closure?
everybody else?
Yeah. Something like that. I'm not saying that she needed to be, actively engaged in this battle, but I don't know. Poetic justice might have been the dragon seeing her turning into this tyrant and, noble beast and all.
The dragon is 7 years old.
Yeah. But dragons are intelligent beings.
They are. This dragon is 7 years old, and that's, for all intents and purposes, that dragon's mother. No matter what someone's mother does, unless that mother is just outright, I'm going to kill you, child of mine, usually most kids are willing to forgive things they may see.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think that the majority of the episode was just cop-outs. I mean...
All right, who else do you think was copped out?
Jon Snow.
What did you want to see happen to Jon?
He should have been on the throne. Brandon should not. Because, when Brandon first found out that he was going to become the three-eyed raven, he said, I can't be king. Okay, I can't be the Lord of Winterfell. I can't do that. I'm the three-eyed raven now. You know, that was made very clear that he is not going to have this role. It's like the fucking writers just jerked us off that entire time.
Okay.
Jon Snow was the one that should have been in the throne. I mean, looking at Brandon as he gets essentially elected into the position of king, he's just got that fucking smug look on his face. Like, yeah, I knew this was here. I knew this was happening.
Hold on, Greedy. What was that, Sugar Girl?
Why do you think I came here?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. His line of "Why do you think I came here?" Because he knew he was going to be voted as king.
Yeah. That was it was a major letdown.
Now, what do you think of Sam of the laughter at Sam's line
Which line?
about voting in a king?
Yeah, that was kind of expected. I mean, the nobles of the area, you don't vote for kings. Well, how do you become king then? A lady of the lake,
Oh God!
her arm clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft Excalibur from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine providence that I, Arthur, was to carry Excalibur. That is why I'm your king.
Hey, listeners, tell us what movie that was from.
First person to tell Greedy on Discord in the open room what movie that was from gets an extra entry.
Okay. Good times. Good times.
So yeah, and then the dragon melting down the Iron Throne.
My thought process on that is, as you said, the dragons are intelligent. Yes.
Yes,
The dragon's mother just got
mommy's
killed.
chair. Yeah,
No,
I
not
know.
even that was mommy's chair. Mommy just died trying to get to this fucking chair. This
Yeah.
chair killed my mother.
Okay.
So I'm going to burn this thing because here's the thing. John may have been the one that stabbed her, but it was all because of the Iron Throne.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they've left open a couple avenues as well for spin-offs.
I really want an Arya spinoff.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be an Arya spinoff. There's going to be a Jon Snow of the Northern folk, the Free Folk spinoff. There's potential for Brandon and Tyrion with the Six Kingdoms now.
I kind of want to see. If I had just a Tyrion spinoff, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that might be cool.
See how he deals with his former whoring ways and now being a full-on politician.
Well, like there's no more whorehouses, no brothels in.
Hey,
Landing.
Bron said that's a definite problem.
I agree. That is a definite problem. Sex workers need to have a place to work.
This is true. And then, who was it? Brienne was like, that's not a priority.
Uh-huh.
And Bron's like, oh, we have to disagree there.
Yeah, that whole scene where they're sitting around the small council table, that was irritating.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was that irritating to you?
Again, it was just a cop-out. It all sounded like we're acting. You know, it didn't flow with the story. My opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
No, I understand that. I'm saying, why did not flow to you?
None of them save Tyrion. None of them in that small council chamber. Well, I suppose maybe Brienne too. They didn't fit. They're not advisors. They're not.
I would say Bronn definitely did not fit.
No, sure as fuck not Bronn.
But guess what? He's one of the few there that Tyrion doesn't trust, but trusts to know what Bronn will do.
Yeah.
Bronn will look out for Bronn. Bronn will look out for his money. And Tyrion knows that. And Tyrion can trust that. Tyrion can trust Brienne because he knows that Brienne is going to do the quote unquote the right thing. I don't even remember who else was in the small council now.
I just don't care anymore. I mean, I want to rewatch it just to,
Pick it apart.
well, that and hope that I missed something that makes it worthwhile. But at the same time, I don't want to rewatch it because what the fuck? That was disappointing.
Did we talk about the previous episode?
I don't think so.
Man, that fight. Daenerys, she had the city, she had the people, and then she burned them all.
Yeah.
Oh. What about Grey Worm?
What about him?
Do you think, I understand the story's over, we're probably not going to get anything else from it, but do you think that the Unsullied are actually just going to leave and just be themselves, left to their own devices?
I do. I think he would take the Unsullied to that island that
That they were
what
given?
was the girl? What was her name? Miss Ande?
You're talking about the girl that Grey Worm was with?
Yeah.
Miss Inde.
So the island that they were talking about is the one that she was from.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Did you miss that?
I missed that.
Okay. So he wanted to go back to this island. That was his plan, to go there with her someday.
To protect
Okay?
them. To protect the
them,
island.
to protect the island. I believe that he will hold true to his word to her.
Okay.
So that's why I say he would actually do it.
Do you agree with his anger towards John?
Yes and no.
Explain.
Yes, in that John killed his queen. John killed the woman that freed him. No, in that John killed a tyrant. She became exactly what she was trying to destroy. So, from the perspective of, yeah, he killed her, I can totally get the anger. Grey Worm was loyal to Daenerys. From the perspective of, hey, she was becoming irresponsible. She was becoming disloyal to the people. Those citizens of King's Landing, they did not deserve that. They had surrendered. They were going to bend the knee to her, as she would say.
Would you say, and this is just an opinion that I've had and been thinking on,
What's that?
John was loyal to Daenerys
Yes, he was.
when he killed her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The last words he said to her, "You have always been and you always will be my queen." And then he plunges that knife into her chest. It was out of respect, out of loyalty that he did it, because she was turning into something awful.
She was turning into the thing that she did not want to be.
She was turning into her father.
Again, the thing she did not want to be.
Yeah.
She was turning to her brother.
Oh. Yuck.
Because, yeah, that you can see where that was going, right?
Uh-huh.
Her brother was not the Mad King.
No, but her brother did get his
voice
crown.
way over there.
Her brother did get his crown.
Her brother got his crown from her husband.
Yep. Late husband.
Late husband.
Rest in pieces.
Oh. You gotta be so mean, man.
Why not?
But there, I'm sure there's going to be far, far, far more talk about this from many other podcasters, YouTubers, everybody. So we're just going to cut there. Greedy, you had one more thing on here. What you got to say?
I want to make a shout out. There's a gentleman that is a listener, and I'm not ashamed to say he requested a shout out to his people.
His people?
Yeah. The gentleman in question is known to his people as Staff Sergeant Skeleto.
Skeleto?
Yeah, like skeleton minus the N.
I was going to say Skeletor.
Skeletor.
I want to imagine his voice is just like Skeletor's voice.
But Staff Sergeant Skeleto and the boys and girls at Fort Campbell, props to you guys. You are fucking badass, okay?
Also, you said Staff Sergeant?
Yeah, Staff Sergeant.
Staff Sergeant, please go ahead and share this with your people.
Oh, he did. He did.
Oh, he
and
did?
He and I had a phone conversation. Apparently, he shared this with several people from the base, as well as the chaplain who listened and gave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Really? Oh, wow. I need to go.
I still haven't gone on and read it yet. I'm going to go do that tonight.
I need to get an iPhone or an iPad or something so I can check this.
Yeah. I have one. We can pull it up, and we will see what reviews we've got.
Oh, Greedy, you know what we didn't do, and I blame myself for this?
What's that?
We didn't do our new section.
Oh, yeah.
You know what,
it
Greedy?
was
We're gonna pull one out real quick here. Mm-hmm. All right. Sorry,
Drop
listeners.
pickups,
What's going to happen is this is going to be edited. So from about this point, you're not going to hear anything because I'm just looking through stuff.
Drop pickups.
Livy. Okay. Which one? The May 4th one? Or
Yeah, May 4th. So
she's got two of them, the top one or the bottom one.
they're both the same.
Oh, same thing? Okay.
Yeah. So what I propose, I will read the creeper part.
Okay.
You read the lovey part.
Livy.
Is that Livy?
Yeah.
Livy. Okay. So I'll read creeper A. You read Livy. Okay.
Okay, remember the voice.
I'd love to connect. Your profile intrigues me, and I would be keen to come up with some creative ideas with you.
Really? You a fan of needle play?
Well, I'm not a fan of needles in me personally, but I would love to please you in.
What was it that intrigued you then?
I see you like to play a little rough and use some rope and like to be a dom in the bedroom and switch things around too. I'd love to let you tie me to the bed and mail me eat you out and with other sexual things to add.
I think you must have been reading someone else's profile.
By the pictures, I'd say that I've seen and what I've read and made me want to have you fun with you. What sort of things are you into?
And that is Drop Connections for this episode.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Drop Pickups. I mean, fucking up the name of the
Dropped pickups.
Drop Pickups.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're doing the voices because that makes it so much better.
I read verbatim what he typed.
Yeah.
If you're going to type somebody, I mean, even if you're a fucking creeper, if you're going to type somebody a message, spell check that shit. Grammar check that shit. Come on. Jackass.
So,
I really wish I knew who sent that to her.
So Greedy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the end now.
I hope so.
Wait,
Dude.
No, we don't want this to be the end of the No, this is not the end of the podcast.
No,
It's the end of the episode.
Shut up, audience. No, this is not the end of the podcast.
She didn't say anything.
Listener land doesn't know that.
Oh,
Dude, we had one hell of a weekend, and unfortunately we didn't get to record this on Sunday, because you were where were you? Out of town?
on Sunday I was exhausted from getting back in town.
Oh yeah, you arrived sometime during your event.
Yeah, I arrived sometime during the event that I usually host.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you for holding it out a lot for me, Greedy.
Yeah, that was fun.
See,
But yeah, we had a lot of events, and we're actually recording this Monday evening, so hopefully this will still get out on Wednesday as promised to the listeners. Yeah.
it should.
Okay.
All right. So,
Well-
Greedy, final thoughts?
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Go and dream about your floppy wieners.
No, I'll go and dream about my mistress. Hopefully. How about you, Awesome? Any final thoughts?
I'm going to be working on this thing for hours, I'm sure.
And the entire time you're going to be thinking to yourself, wiener, floppy wiener, floppy wiener.
No, Greedy, I'm not you. Anyway, listeners, thanks for listening to the Gotham Press. We enjoy having you.
We do enjoy being had too. If you liked what you've listened to today, think about hitting us up on Patreon. We are always looking for more patrons to support us, and it's how we keep on going as a free resource to everybody else.
Yep. Patreon.com/Gotham Press Podcast.
I think that's it.
All right.
I'm tired. It's nap time.
Yeah. Listeners, as always, get out there, have fun, don't break your toys. And just as a recap, the word for this episode is safe word. That'll get you an entry for the paddle. An extra entry can be had by sending in your safe word as long as it is not red, green, yellow, or purple. And Greedy put in one more extra one if you can tell him where that line was from that he spoke of earlier in the episode. It has to be given to him on Discord in public. First one only gets an extra entry.
Only one entry there. So one more time, hats off to the men and women out at Fort Campbell. Staff Sergeant Skeletto, thank you very much for your service. Much appreciated. And
with that,
I hope you enjoy your time as a lot lizard out there.
No, our listeners are not going to be lot lizards.
No, not listeners. I for whatever reason, I feel like Staff Sergeant Skeletto might find a new career as a lot lizard.
Hey, those under Staff Sergeant Skeletto, please make sure you bring that up to him on a regular basis. All right, listeners. With that, we are out.
Staff Sergeant Lot Lizard.